All right. Go!
Neutral Budden. No warrior now.
This Parks.
Microphone check 1, 2. What is this?
Neutral Budden. No warrior now.
Parks on the boards.
Yes! Where would you gentlemen like to begin? Where do y'all want to start? Is there any music that has been released? Are there any music questions? Is there any music anything? Are they killing music right before our very eyes? Yes.
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that?
Yeah.
Because music and oh man, should I even say stuff like this in this
come on.
podcast?
We used to be
Pull the curtain back.
Music thinks that music is only in competition with music, and they're not. That's what I'll say.
Music.
What
Thinks
do you mean by
music
that?
is only in a
Go deeper,
competition
pause.
with music.
The pouch story.
Pouch got him going. Look at Parks. Parks got that pouch talk.
What am I saying? I'm just saying that that's a myth. Like you only have. It's the same theory as fucking how many cars could you drive at once? Just one. Like we only have a set of eyes and a set of ears. So the longer I'm on this whatever app I'm on my phone is the more time they're fighting for our time. It's more time I'm not spending listening to music or watching a show or making some shit. Like music is in competition with everything. Right. Anything that streams is in competition with it.
Distribution is more so. Because I mean, the three major labels all are in business with movies, visuals, music. They're within everything already.
All the labels will be dead soon. I'm no longer even acknowledging the labels. That's me. Just telling y'all where I'm at on the future.
The sub labels of, for example, like an Interscope or an Island or
in 2030,
because those conglomerates of Universal, Warner are not going anywhere.
I don't know that. I'm only speaking for me. Them niggas is doing. See,
Let's do it.
Spill the tea.
Let's see.
Insider
The industry
info.
is musical chairs.
For sure. Always.
So yeah, it's always been like that. So who's to say that?
Well, not always. It's been for the past 30 years.
Our lifetime.
Well, that's my life.
yeah.
That's enough for me.
Sure.
Who's to say that the head person at this label or company won't be bought out or inherited or hired by the bigger company over here that's not music and swallow them whole? I just don't know that music labels will be prominent at all in 2030. I don't believe that.
I mean, but most
there
of
might
them
be
have
one
already.
of them.
Prominent.
If you look at Universal on the amount that they own and the amount that Sony owns, yeah, it's that already.
Unless there was major like legislation or something that reverted masters back to artists or whoever estates, labels will exist to some degree.
And when they already have actual stock and percentage into the major distributions, which are DSPs now, they're already in business with the next wave. They're part of it. They have ownership in it. So that's why I don't think they're going anywhere, because they bought into what the next wave is, and I think will continue to do so, whatever the next thing is after streaming.
I think more and more new music will
That's where
not
I'm
go
arguing.
through major label systems, though, for sure. I mean,
I'm arguing the future of music, not anything that stands or anything as is right this second. So that's where I'm arguing.
It's back to more or less what
And I
we've been
think the
saying.
future is what Parks just said, which is why I'm not going to acknowledge the end of what he just said. If in the future they have found a way to make you whole again with your royalties and your masters, or find a cool way to make everything direct to consumer, then the next wave of artists, if that continues, I don't see labels being prominent
Kanye is
in
going to
2030.
change that, buddy.
I don't see it.
You're going to get yours back thanks to Kanye West. But no, the same way the major labels, they're buying into tech companies. Apple's a tech company. Spotify's a tech company. The music is just the advertising. That's what's keeping you there. That's what's bringing the users in. But yeah, they're just buying into tech companies. So distribution is now different. Like at one point, your local music store or whatever the bigger ones were just selling CDs and then eventually DVDs. Now it's a much different capacity. Now Spotify is trying to get video and audio to keep you there, which major labels have stock in. So it's just a recycled tornado of the same companies. That's why I don't think labels will go anywhere. Yeah, maybe the sub-labels will disappear, but the people that own them won't. They own the distribution too.
I disagree.
Well, it's not really a disagreement. It is a fact. The majors do
No. It's not a fact.
have money into the DSPs.
I'm disagreeing because you're still speaking in present tense, and I am not. So what you're saying is a fact. Yes. What I'm saying is I do not know that those will be the only available distribution sources in the future.
Oh, I don't think they will be. By no means. I mean, come on.
That's
It
it.
changes all the time.
They are now. I mean, Bandcamp's a big player. And I don't
Yeah.
believe that there's any major label ownership there.
Sure. They're probably looking, the majors are probably looking more into the Spotify's and Apples of the world.
course.
But there's still a huge market for the Bandcamps, the SoundClouds, and everyone else of that nature. But
See, like, kind of, this is what I'm saying, you guys, right here. This is fresh off the press. TikTok announces partnership with artists to debut new music ahead of Friday releases. Thursday nights are exciting for music fans as when midnight strokes, blah, 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 blah. But TikTok is looking to give fans an opportunity to hear new music ahead of midnight as part of their new watermarked series. The platform is partnering with artists to debut new music for fans directly within the app. It was announced today, October 20th. Every Thursday at 11:30 p.m., an artist will host Watermarked on TikTok Live to give users an exclusive first listen to a new album before it hits streaming services at midnight, reports Billboard. Much like in the vein of the Twitch community being able to accept tips, much like in the vein of Cash App, shout out to Cash App, you already know the vibes, Cash App and Spotify partnering to give money away. The next phase in digital tech land in Joe's brain is all of these different companies that hate each other figuring out the best way to capitalize on cultural capital. And that's going to involve new distribution streams, direct-to-consumer shit, money giveaways, new ways for fans to release and profit off of music. And if that happens this entire decade, then 2031 looks like what? I don't think there's a whole bunch of labels floating around in 2031.
That's why I agree with you. I said prominent. No, I don't think.
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the
Yes.
Universals and the Sonys of the world eventually want to get there too, where it is just a very small, that you're signed to Universal and Universal only, or you're signed to Sony and Sony only. But it's kind of back to the ringtone thing we were talking about, the TikTok thing, the way we did with Vine, the way we did with Snapchat. Like, these fads come and go, and I'm not saying TikTok is just a fad, but there has been things just like it in the past where labels had profited off Snapchat and they went right to Snapchat for any exclusive. All right, let's do the Snapchat thing for this release. It is part of the major label rollout as well, and they have conversations with all of these tech companies prior to. That's why I'm only saying I just don't see the major ones going away because they're in bed with all of these tech companies as is. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm sure that the article you just read is something that Universal and TikTok came up together with.
The fact that they're in bed together, and we don't have to stay on this for too long, but the fact that they're in bed together and hate each other says where this will land by 2030. They are in bed together. And I'm sure all of us as men have been in the bed with a chick that we were trying to figure out how to get the fuck out of the bed.
I mean, that was going to be my point. Who's never been in a bed with someone they didn't hate? That's been going on in the music industry since before time.
Yeah, but don't dance on both sides, Rory.
I'm not. I'm dancing on
I
the
want to
reality.
encourage everyone, you included, to not deal with what is and to not deal with what we know presently. Like, I want you to just imagine. Just imagine. And in doing so, some of that shit that just seems really far-fetched, I don't think it will be.
And I agree there. I'm going off the history of every single era in music and how it's changed and how majors, I'm not talking about just an Interscope. I know Interscope sounds like a major. I'm talking about who owns Interscope, has adapted to the times and has had the leverage with the music they have. We may think they're a step behind, but they're not.
Well,
So I'm not just not gonna automatically think.
I agree with you.
I'm not automatically going to think that, all right, let me just imagine Never Neverland, that it doesn't exist. I've watched them adapt every single time. So I can't
Yes.
I can't sit here and say, well, it's over because TikTok wants to premiere songs on a Wednesday night. I know that's a bigger theory and an overall thought there that things could change if these tech companies just go direct to consumer. Direct to artist. But I've seen everyone adapt. I've seen Universal make some shady moves with the leverage they have to make sure they stayed in this game. And music is such a minuscule thing to that entire company that they can take risks where they'll lose money to get in with the tech companies because they have enough coming from fucking movies and owning the world. That's all.
I agree. I agree with everything you just said, especially about adaptation, right? And that adaptation is why I believe what I believe. Like, you're right. They always adapt. But how do you view that? What is your perspective on it? The creator of Vine, and I would have to Google it, but he's somewhere else really important right now.
Oh, absolutely. I watched
high up in the chain. We keep talking Cash App. It's Square. Google it. Square.
It's musical chairs in the tech world too.
And when we talk about Square, we're talking about Jack. When we're talking about Jack, we're talking about Twitter.
Yep.
Like,
And Vine.
So the music
Yeah.
and Vine. Fam, these niggas are geniuses. So I do agree with everything Rory is saying. The geniuses are figuring shit out and adapting. I just think the adaptation is going to eliminate some things, not keep them present. The geniuses are figuring out how to get the other fucking cockroaches out of the bed. All of them.
You also have to account for the potential curveball of legislation on these big companies that will probably eventually happen, where there'll be monopoly antitrust suits against some of these major companies that own the entire world.
Data laws too, with everything going on, because so much of what makes those businesses thrive is our data. So once you handicap that or put a block on it, it does change things a bit.
Fam, just 2 years ago, we were talking about the government attempting to tax the internet. Like, that was a real conversation that we were having. So none of this shit is far-fetched.
No doubt.
It's just when you're at that level, like, we always talk about how the majors are always a step behind. They're late to the party. You can be late to the party when you have that much leverage and that much capital. You skip a million steps once you put your foot down being late to the party. And that's where the creators are more handicapped. Because we don't have that major step that we can take and be late and be like, well, we'll take that now.
Yeah, we don't have the Beatles in our back pocket.
Like, yeah, it's a little different. And as much as a lot of these tech companies rely on new music and doing new dances and new shit, that back catalog means a lot. Means a whole lot.
To simplify this for the listeners, the techie people are fighting with the music people. And I'm betting on the techie people.
Smart bet, probably.
I think the music people are betting on them too. That's why they've partnered with them on every single change that has happened in the music industry.
Meek out there going crazy.
So, we shall see. But
Listen,
I think this tech battle and music battle has been
And
going
listen,
on
I'm not even
since-
having this conversation just in the realm of music, because as a podcaster, I have to be concerned with these things as well.
Of course.
movie people too. The movie people are battling. Netflix is a tech company.
Yeah.
It's all the same. It's all the same battle. Anything that has to do with visuals, audio, any type of entertainment, anything that keeps you on a
Intellectual
device for some amount of time
It's an intellectual property fight. It's
is,
not
is what it is.
That's
not a
all it
music
is.
fight.
That's all it is. Data, information. What do you like? What do they like? And how can we sell that to them?
In some cases, not an IP fight, because there will be some outlets that let you keep your IP. They just want to license it. So then it becomes just a distribution fight with the community.
True.
So it's just a fight on keeping you on a device as long as fucking possible. And that's a tech thing. So they're
Yeah, I'm
the
rolling
smarter
with
ones.
the techies over the Bieber fans. I think the tech people will figure out how to keep you there longer than Justin Bieber will.
Well, they want to take the Justin Bieber fans, bring them to their tech, and keep them there with other things. That's why they just grab as many things as they can just to keep the consumer there. All right, you love Justin Bieber. I bet you'll love Jesse Reyes and this other thing, and then this movie is connected to that. You're just trying to keep people on a device the entire time. That's all the fight really is at the end of the day.
Don't you feel like such a piece of shit on Sundays when your phone just pops up with, hey, want to know how much time you've seen it spent on the screen?
Oh, it's the worst.
Want to see your screen time? 95% robot nigga. You haven't done anything else all week long but stare at your phone. How do you feel?
Like a loser.
I swiped that shit away so fast. I'm not even looking, man.
I've
been here for all week.
I lie to myself on that too. I'm like, all right, so I do the rain noises app when I sleep, so that must mean they think I'm on the phone.
Yeah, nah.